All right, so ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Welcome back to Dice Hard with a Vengeance. Boy, I've missed you guys. Had to take a brief hiatus from the game because, as you can tell by the office behind me, I had to move. So that took a little bit longer than we intended, but we're back. We're ready to play some D&D. So thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. As always, follow us on Facebook, like us on Twitter. Tap the little bell on your YouTube app so you never miss an upload. Buy the shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com.
Do we still have merch?
Yes, we still have merch.
Do we still have sponsors? It's been a long time. I don't know. Have you
sponsors?
Keeping up with the contracts?
You mean like repsports.com? You know, the best place to get one of the best energy drinks on the market, aka Raise Energy? Yes, we do have those sponsors.
I was thinking more something a little salty, like a snack, savory.
You know, I know some pros when it comes to salty, savory snacks. You could almost call them jerky pros.
They won't have you jerking around.
Sorry. God, I missed all of this. Thank you, Draco.
I will see my way out.
I am gonna die from secondhand embarrassment.
This has been
Oh
Draco.
my gosh!
I just lean into it, lean a little hard. But shout out to our sponsors, Raise Energy at repsports.com. Use a promo code Curbside8 at checkout. Get yourself a nice 10% discount. Absolutely some of the best energy drinks out there. I just got a new order in today. My fridge is full. I'm excited. And they have the best pre-workout on the market, in my honest opinion. Broken Arrow. I also got that in the mail today. So
you got no fridge, but you got a whole fridge of energy drinks.
Hey.
That's dedication.
I have a desk
That's
chair.
dedication.
And also shout out to our friends at Jerky.pro. They're wonderful flavors, peppered teriyaki, original, and they're exotic meats as well. So go check them out. Use the same promo code Curbside8 at checkout to get yourself a nice discount and a delicious snack for when you're playing D&D. But with that, I'll hand it over to the DM and take it away, Tim.
Yeah, hi, my name's Troy, and I'm not affiliated with this show anymore.
What do you mean? You wrote the script.
Hi, Troy.
Oops.
And I'm a recovering D&D
He was the one feeding
player.
I'm Troy. I'm a recovering DM.
I'm a recovering DM. It's been how many episodes since I've killed a player? Well, guys, welcome back to Thrandia, and welcome back to Sandbar. And if you guys all remember where we're at, we're just gonna jump right back in. Okay, go.
Yay!
Where we left you guys off at, there was the remaining council of Brine and the governor of the island of Sandbar, and pretty much anyone who held a modicum of authority that you guys have ran across who is still alive was a part of this meeting. The meeting had multiple purposes, pretty much to flesh out an alliance of sorts to try and begin the process of taking back the city of Brine from the undead army that occupies it. Upon the meeting, however, you found out that it's more than just the city of Brine, that a large portion of the western coast of Thrandia is pretty much taken over by this undead horde. And you were given a couple options as far as routes that you all might take to maybe garner some respect, some allies, resources. And at the end of this meeting, the party's friend, Hector, was crowned regent of this newly formed government. No formal coronation took place. It was a formality of sorts, but something that at least put a face to this budding government that you guys are working on. In the final moments of the meeting, the regent, Hector, knighted Neramos Torin as his very first knight paladin in his service. And pretty much decreeing that you, Torin, would be the voice of Hector when Hector's not around. You would enforce Hector's ideals, his oath, when Hector can't be there. So that's exactly where we left off in the final moments of this meeting, and after a small ceremony that Hector kind of stumbled through to knight you. And just to reset the board just a little bit, I think it's a good place to pick you guys up after this meeting where all of the figureheads in the room have dispersed. You guys, I will say anything of note in the passing moments as everybody's departing. You note a side conversation between Hector and his mother is had. It appears to be curt, short, and she departs. With no word. The governor of Sandbar, from pretty much what you gathered from the meeting and the fallout, is you get that he's willing to support this endeavor with you would show of good faith, or maybe more accurately, you could say a show of competence would be more accurate, and which is kind of a similar thread that you got from several other members involved in this meeting, specifically from the druids, from the mages. It seems like no one's willing to support a weak endeavor, so it is kind of following on Hector and by proxy you guys. And unless I'm mistaken, one of the leading missions that you guys were handed, that was the one that you seemed the most interested in and pulling on the thread, was on this foreign kingdom of Aria, which has its own problems with cults, which you guys apparently have garnered a reputation of being experts in handling such problems. Take that for what you will.
With all the grains of salt.
With all of the salt.
And just to remind you, Tim, we did say whenever we do depart for that we wanted someone to do research on the Golden Fleece. So it's
Correct.
like kind of two different endeavors at the same time.
Yes, and just to remind everybody, you were given this option with helping this foreign kingdom. You were given this prospect of going on a mission to find a holy relic, an artifact, which would... The Golden Fleece can affect not just one small thing. It can affect the land itself. Just by reputation, you know that much. So that is before you. You also have the option of you know that the druid people have issues with a white dragon. You also know that the dwarven people have their own issues, and there's many threads for you guys to pull. However, last I checked, I was under the assumption that the cult issues in Aria was the leading
Yes.
yeah, the leading arc, shall we say. But now the winning moments of this meeting. You saw the conversation, very short, very brief, between Hector and his mother, and she departs. The rest of what remains of the council kind of all go their separate ways. Even the governor of Sandbar is hopeful, but hasn't promised anything. And he departs. So that leaves the rest of you guys kind of at the end of the party while everybody's walking.
Just an above board question.
Sure.
Did the governor agree to help us get to Aria? I'm pretty sure either we'd asked or he'd said that he'd be able to help us out with a crew to get us there. Was that something we'd already worked out? Because I thought it was.
I think he said that he knew of people who could help you. I don't think he personally offered help.
I mean, but he offered to point us in the direction if someone could, right? He at least gave us a lead.
Correct.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was thinking. Cool.
So.
And I suppose maybe we'll just...
So basically, we're starting as everyone is dispersing the meeting hall.
Yeah,
right?
party's over and you guys are lingering.
I was just gonna say we should probably at least get a read on who our lead is on that. Like we should probably grab at least one of the count, like just before we all depart, be like, so who are we getting pointed in the direction of? Like whether we want to ask one of the council members or if we want to if we got that information. Did you guys remember any of that?
You are pointed to the notebook that I don't have out.
That's fine. I just want to make sure we remembered to make sure we got that info before everybody dispersed. Then we had to go hunt someone down again and be like, what was their name again?
Wait, we forgot to ask you this thing while you're standing right next to us.
Wait.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey,
yeah.
Don't leave. The froth and foam was where you were directed to find a capable captain and ship to hire, which you guys have been there before and you know belongs to a white furred furbolg.
Yes.
Yay.
That. So, you guys got anything as this meeting comes to a close? Anybody a part of the council that you want to speak to before they disappeared?
I feel like Torin would try to talk to Hisma, but at the same time, I don't know if she would even stay any longer in that meeting than she has to. Like
you catch her before she dips.
Like she's gone. She's gone.
Yeah, are you calling after her?
Look at me! Look at me! I'm a knight now.
That's basically what we're trying to do. But like, Hisma, look, I did. She's gone. She's gone.
Are you proud of me?
Corella,
Are you proud of me?
I'll show her later. So wait. So question to looking around at the almost empty room. Does that mean I'm Sir Neremos Torin II now? Because that is a cool name.
Is that how it works, Torin?
I don't know. I've
Congratulations,
never been
Papa.
knighted.
V just pats you on the shoulder. What time of day is it?
Be about midday.
Okay.
So, Torin's the knight now. That's good, right? This is a good thing? Yes? No? He seems excited.
Of course, it's a good thing.
Great thing. I love responsibility, but it's a great thing.
I mean, I'm
excited.
knights in our circle, so I don't.
I don't know what it means, but I'm excited.
Same here, buddy.
Well, before the trail gets cold, should we go
Yes.
figure out getting our ship in order to when we can get out of here?
Ship and I got supplies as well.
Oh, yes. We should probably... I think ship first, because once we know what comes with the ship, we'll know what supplies we need to get.
Good idea.
So, are you leading the way, V, or is Sir Torin leading the way?
Yeah.
Well, it's my understanding the Froth and Foam. I've been there once, albeit not as myself, but I've been there once. It seems like a safe enough place.
You've all been there except Basilisk.
I was there in disguise many times. So
Your other character has been there.
I was there in disguise. Well, no, when V was there, she was stalking the shroud guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've been there, and they've been there.
That was where I ran into those above table. That was where I ran into the shroud guy, and I was like, "Wait a minute, I know that shroud."
Yup.
Then I beat the shit out of it. Wasn't quite that soon, but anywho, to the Froth and Foam.
Yeah.
Through the
And yeah,
froth and foam.
I'll keep an eye out for thieves and whatnot.
Same. Because
Okay.
Draco has a lay of the land now.
Like Draco's passive is fine.
Draco knows what
I
to
mean,
look out for, what not to touch, who not
It's
to talk
not, as I recall, Draco, it's not that you don't perceive the world around you. You see it. it's just you're still the type that you don't know which alley not to go down. So
Right.
So I'll help him with that. With our powers combined, we have one
your powers
highly
combined, you are
perceptive
Captain
person.
Planet.
Hey,
All right.
hey kid, you want some trees? Got some
No, we don't want any trees,
You
Draco.
want some trees?
Child in an aquarium. Which octopus can I hug? Not the blue one.
How about just don't hug any of them?
But yeah, so yeah, I guess we head off to the Falcon Farm
Well,
and
I will say Draco and V, go ahead and give me perception checks as you guys move forward. First rolls back.
He's just so excited.
No, do you know I've been rolling with the +2 perception for the past
Wait,
2
what?
Yeah, my other character's
Oh,
perception
your other
is
character.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Draco does not have a
right. Like
Not
I get
true.
to roll with the +12. I'm so happy. And that's a 25.
Yeah.
23.
23. You do notice a few with which you would consider undesirables. Draco, you do see a couple kind of weather-worn sailors off to the side. One being a gray furred tabaxi. Another one off to the side. You see a tough to tell ogre? Question? Could be an ogre, but not quite as big, but bigger than a Goliath. And race may be in question.
Big boy, big boy.
And the other one, a gnome.
Do I recognize any of them?
A male gnome.
Nobody I recognize, right?
No, I'm not
Okay,
even
cool.
have you roll for that. You've never met this. It's just a couple, a trio of rough and tumbles is basically what you see.
Draco,
Not too
V is-
far away from the froth and foam.
Draco
V
leads
is-
over to V and I thought our party was a hodgepodge.
Yeah. V is obviously feigning like she's keeping an eye out for the group, but she's very obviously she's keeping an eye out for anybody that she recognizes because nobody she recognizes right now is good news.
Near the tabaxi, V, you do note a human female, long brown hair that's kind of swept off to the side. I'm sending the picture now. With a cutlass at her waist, kind of like a simple top with a leather corset almost covering it with striped pants. She is standing near the gray fur tabaxi off to the side, not just commanding the space, just standing there.
How close to the froth and foam are we?
A block. It's within you can see it.
Oh, okay.
We'll call it 100 feet.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, if Draco wasn't already married, he would definitely go.
How hard is Draco ogling the female?
V, roll perception. Draco, stealth?
Okay.
While all this is going on, Torrin is walking like a kid who just got straight A's on a report card. He is super proud of his new title.
What a
And
nerd.
he's just
What a nerd.
Got a
Such a
promotion.
golden boy. That stuff was a 14. I'm sure it would be.
That was a 25.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay, yeah, he's kind of checking her up and down, V. Doesn't,
I kinda
by
like
the
it.
way, V, she doesn't seem to notice. Seems
what?
oblivious to the your good friend.
V's been doing that thing, Draco, where she kind of like links arms with you out of like sheer politeness and kind of like does that thing where like, well, I guess you would have absolutely no context for this, but very much like the fucking thing that you do when you're escorting somebody. She does that where it's like the polite fucking arm link, and then she's just sort of like to you is like, well, you don't want to mean mug them, but you also don't want to ogle too hard either.
Why? Don't worry. And you might want to take a step back just so. And Draco looks up in the middle of the sky in case there's wandering eyes. And Draco just slides a little to the left just so there's a little bit of space. Like, not to be rude.
There's no. V has evasion. It's fine.
I'm assuming with my passive, I noticed that they were having a moment over here.
Yeah, I'd say with your passive, that's.
And I'll kind of give a little nod that we're being checked out or that there's people by.
Is there so there's the ogre-esque. There's the ogrekin.
We'll call him
guy.
the ogre for now. Yes.
We'll
call him the ogre for now. Yes.
The tabaxi and the human woman. Are they all like? Are they all focused on what they're doing, or are any of them actually looking at us?
Kind of loitering.
Just kind of loitering.
I'll say roll insight, Basilisk, to see if you.
Okay.
See if you pick up on anything specific.
All right. 1, 2. Insight. Come on. There it is. Open. Why won't you roll? Let me refresh this. Okay, there we go. Insight. Click. 21.
21. From the tabaxi and the ogre, clueless. Well, the ogre clueless, the tabaxi aloof. Not clueless, but he's not really paying you guys specific attention. The human female is regarding you, but you're not picking up predatory intent. Is that a good way? You're not catching hostility, just noticing you as you walk by. Like someone would if they were people watching.
Right. I was gonna ask, like, are they casing us for a particular?
No, I would say that with that role, I would say with that role, Basilisk, not casing you, not they are focused on you for convenience, not that it's you're there. So so she's looking at you.
All right. I will I'll nod, I'll smile very, very subtly and just kind of nod and keep going. And as I do, I'll kind of move up with towards Torin and say, Bob Gold says we found our ride to where we need to go. We just don't know it yet.
I was gonna say, V knows what it looks like when people are, shall we say, selling services. Do I get that vibe? But for a different profession?
That'll be insight. Roll high. That's a heck of a read.
I mean, I know what it looks like when people are like looking for customers, so to speak, or like looking for, that is going to be, oh crap. But you said insight?
Yeah, I'd say that's insight.
Bet. Let me just make sure that that's my stupid high one because I don't want to add the modifier without it being right. It sure is. That is a 26.
All right.
I get a plus 11 to that.
Plus 11. Sure you do. Yeah. They are positioned at a place they're meant to be seen. You're picking up that they may be strategically kind of posted here, possibly looking for customers, yes.
Okay, I'll kind of whisper to Basilisk. I'll say, well, they're either posted up to keep an eye out for marks or to sell something. Or both.
Or both.
You just see the human woman, and she's kind of, since you nodded to her, Basilisk, she kind of nods back at you, and you just see his one hand uncorks a bottle of rum that she's got in her hand, and just starts to down it.
We get it. You're nonchalant.
She is yet to come up for air, by the way. She's just downing that bottle.
Yeah, that looks like a pirate.
Woman after my own heart. All right.
After my own liver.
You see she, with one hand, puts the cork back on, and there's just a swig. Just a swig.
There's still rum in it.
There's rum in it, and she just passes it over to the tabaxi, who just kind of opens it and just examines it. Does like a Frodo with it, and just the last few drops. Just the last few drops. Thanks.
I suppose we should meet our intermediary.
I guess we
seems
could
like
go
a
to
good-
Yeah, we could go meet up with Kroon and then see what goes from there.
Okay.
Keep an eye on these guys as we're walking past.
Okay,
Like a
so you're
subtle
keeping an eye on. I'm gonna say.
Draco's definitely keeping an eye on his group.
Oh, God.
Okay, Draco, I'm gonna say that you're gonna give me perception at disadvantage because you're eyeing up the female pirate. V, I'm gonna say go ahead and give me perception one more time as you guys are walking into the apartment home.
At this point, I feel like I know how V's gonna play that. Oh,
All I'm gonna say is I rolled a 6 and a 7. So
That's on par.
even with disadvantage, that turns into a 18.
V rolled a 17, and with the modifier, 20.
You guys know me because you know me, so you know that I've casted this person in my head. So I want to give you just a better representation of who and what I see. Anyway,
in a different life, V would be ogling too. Yeah, no, V's just gonna kind of
On a
pull
different day, Torin would be ugly.
hey, Torin's free now. I'm just saying.
Torin's distracted by his new.
ouch!
His new title and his new.
Oh,
Torrance,
I'm
new
about.
position.
Torrance is a busy career woman who doesn't have time for any.
Don't need no man. I know.
He's a
He just
busy
needs to go
business.
back to
He's
his
a-
village to learn
He's
the
a
meaning
career
of
girl.
Christmas.
I know. He's a
doesn't
career
take shit
woman. I
from
know.
no one.
He's a busy business lady who only has time for business.
Yes, Torin needs to meet him a nice pirate chick who can show him the meaning of Christmas. I know. Okay.
I mean, but like realistically, I would think druids wouldn't have normal relationships.
Listen,
Justifying
you have not-
druids being poly like you live in a
I was
commune.
gonna say, you haven't fleshed out whether you and Lilith's marriage was open or not. You never said, okay? So that's completely up to you.
I'm just saying, I wouldn't. People that turn into animals and whatnot, I wouldn't see them
V's
have
gonna,
a rigid
V's gonna
system.
do that thing where she's gonna pretend like she's kind of fussing over Draco. It kind of goes like, does that kind of like fake jealous thing where it's like eyes on the street and like pushes us past them before they
Right.
get any idea.
As you guys make your way in, you do see the familiar happy face of the white-furred furbolg Kroon. And Basilisk, this will be your first time seeing him. Fairly tall individual. How tall are you again? Just to remind me, Basilisk.
I am canonically. Let me get my actual height because I don't want to misrepresent my height and overcompensate.
Yeah.
I'm 20 feet tall.
I'm 20 feet tall. I want to say I am 7 foot 2 inches tall.
7 foot 2 inches tall. Okay.
Yes.
You've got him by a couple inches, but you dang near eye to eye. You see this white-furred kobold with basic linens on, but you notice that his, I believe I said his left leg. Yes, I have it written down. Just read your notes and you can keep track of these things. Left leg, you notice, is pegged, but you notice several flout holes in the leg. It's not solid wood. Yes.
So, like it's a woodwind instrument, or like there's something that's living in his leg?
Like it's a woodwind instrument.
Just making sure.
Nah, something's living in it. Definitely something living in it.
He's got an oboe.
You'd
for
have
a
to get
lower
closer
lip,
to
or a lower
inspect it. It might be something living in it. I mean, but it looks like the holes are meant to be there. They don't look like they're random. Look like they're there by design.
All right, so he's a fearbog with an oboe for a leg. Got it. Or a clarinet.
Some type of woodwind instrument functions as his leg.
Basilisk just waxing about woodwind instruments for no reason.
Swear to God, if that's just an oversized recorder, I'm burning this place down.
Yeah, Chris, you've never seen Kate Beckinsale? Yeah, that's
All
who.
I'm saying is, if that's who we just walked past, 100%, Lilith will be cool with that.
He
Hey,
just
listen.
pencils. Draco just penciled into his character sheet polygamy.
Me.
Exclamation point.
100%. If that's who she was, that Draco just walked past, Lilith
Druids
was
are the druids are Amish in my world. Okay. All right.
Holly as fuck.
Back on the rails, please.
Hey man, you put her there. You put her there.
I sure did. Silly me. But you guys see your friend Kroon, who greets you all very warmly and just it's been a while. Welcome back.
Torin, he's having the best day ever. He's gonna come in, give Kroon the big bro hug. Kroon, great to see you. Just the deep tuck.
You just feel like a huge hand just kind of pat you on top of the head. Like you don't feel the hug isn't reciprocated. It's just like a awkward pat.
It's been a while. How are you?
Are you still holding on?
No, at that point.
You just go like
the pat. Torin knows to let go.
Okay, you gotta. He goes. Business is business. Welcome back. Can I get you all something to drink?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I guess a celebratory ale for our friend the knight, Sir Torin.
Wine, please.
Yes.
Wine for the lady. How about you, gents?
Ale.
Ale.
Hell, why not?
Hey.
Corrales. Roll a deception, Corrales.
Wait a second.
Can I put my hand on his
alcohol
shoulder?
last time we were here.
I think he did. I'm just messing with him.
Deception. Dirty 20.
He's like, Raccoon Girl needs this. She needs to calm down. You can...
Right. Yeah, dirty 20. You're fine.
Wait, I'm pretty sure you gave Ken a sippy cup.
Give him a crazy straw.
No beer till you finish your tequila.
You do get an ale. You do note that it is half a pint, whereas the others did get a full pint. There you go.
What a
Kroon's a
responsible
cool
bartender
uncle, but
Kroon
he's,
is.
you know.
Merzagog would have given him a shot.
Yeah. You didn't.
Merzagog would have given him some weed.
Merzagog would have built him a still. Anyway. Okay.
Responded.
So as your drinks are served to each of you, I'm gonna say everyone now. Roll me a perception check.
This is very hard to do with my
That's a
phone being my...
31.
You want my dice so you can roll them?
Yeah, maybe. I have to get water. I'll come out and grab them from you.
Okay.
Um,
13.
Add.
Sweet Christ. I got a 19 on the die. 19 plus 6.
7.
7.
14.
What? 26.
Jesus.
Okay.
I'm rolling hot tonight.
Yeah, I see that. All right.
Totally glad it's been for all of
Hooray!
these.
Hooray for
Totally glad it's been to see how horny Draco is, and
Whoa,
super
whoa, whoa.
worth the roll.
I think it's just that Chris hasn't played in a while, and it's like the first thing I've dangled in front of him, and he's just
Hey, man.
and I
You set
casted
me
her
up.
as Kate Beckinsale, so I get it. Trust me.
You asked for this.
I knew what I was doing. Trust me.
I was about to say,
And
he
you
hasn't learned
used
his
the
love.
Princess Anya gift, so I mean, with the Princess Anya
Right.
gift, you knew what you were getting yourself into.
Yeah.
He knows Dragon Age 2. Isabel is always my romance partner, so he knew what he was getting into.
Anybody who rolled over a 15, you see in one of the corners off to the left, you see a red-skinned tiefling with a kind of like the tricorn hat kind of resting perfectly on the horns. Glowing eyes with a red leather overcoat with a longsword at his side. Sitting a table or two across from him, you see a human swashbuckler, for all intents and purposes. Kind of the furled hat off to one side. Very pirate-esque garb. You're looking at a charcoal grayish blue overcoat, long sword at the side, kind of arms folded, just kind of back to the wall, making sure that he has full view of the room. But those are the only other two people in the Froth and Foam at the moment.
So Veal kind of whisper to you guys, just kind of hush, mostly to, I guess, Torin, and just kind of be like, I took that to mean Kroon might be our go-to. Maybe he could point us in the right direction, but there's definitely some fellas that look the part very nearby.
Well, I suppose we could ask Kroon, and we could see what he recommends.
You can see as each of you, you're starting to receive your drinks.
He's gonna kind of sip hers and keep an eye on the others in the room. Just kind of keep an eye on those two.
And Basilisk will sort of raise a hand. Pardon me, cousin, but could I get a small amount of, do you have any cognacs on hand? Or maybe a brandy?
I have both.
But for a cognac, cousin.
No problem.
Thank you.
Does go in the back just for a moment and returns with an entire glass. Slides it over to you. Cognac, not a frequent request, but I stay stocked.
I'm a long way from home and trying to do my part to help some interesting folk do some good work in this world.
You see as he pours a small shot for himself and raises it to you, goes, here's to home.
To home, cousin. I am going to, you said he's a Furbolg.
Yes.
Okay. Would it be common knowledge for Basilisk, the normal languages that Furbolg speak? Because I speak all of them. I just wanted to know if he would, whether he would know which one would be the most comfortable or familiar.
Well, up to this point, he's spoken in common. You can try to speak his people's language to him if you want.
Okay. I'll ask him in Giant. Where's home for you? And then if he doesn't respond or if he doesn't seem to pick up, I'll swap to Sylvan and say, or perhaps you're from further afield.
Okay. Does anybody else here speak giant besides, I think, Taruk?
Taruk, I'm pretty sure.
Growlos, Draco?
I'm checking right now.
Okay.
V sure doesn't.
I was gonna say V. I kind of assumed you didn't speak giant, right?
Nope.
No, but
V's not a size queen.
speak,
She doesn't speak
Sylvan.
giant.
Draco speaks Sylvan, not giant, though.
Sylvan, gotcha. And Growlos, you said no, correct?
Not that one.
Gotcha. Okay. In giant Basilisk, you see you see like an eyebrow kind of cock up when you start, and then answering you once you're done. Well, home is the sea. And well, my adventuring days kind of took that from me. And he kind of pats down at his leg and he goes, now home is well, let's say when I was younger, home was wherever my ship was. And he just kind of looks around at the bar. That hasn't changed.
All right. Basilisk will simply say, well, home is always where you are the most comfortable, the most welcome, and where you can eat and sleep and love freely. So home should be welcoming. And it's kind of you to turn your home into something that welcomes other people. I'm a child of the forest myself. I'm a big fan of shady days, but that's another time and place. We're here on behalf of the newfound council. We're looking for a trip to a place to the, I want to say it's to the west, correct? Far to the west?
Yes. Yes. You
We're
were given a
looking for-
direction. You don't know exactly where Arya is.
We're looking to a place called Aria. It's to the west, some distance, given the information we have. Perhaps you have resources or connections that might be able to offer such services.
See his brow furrow for a minute. I don't think I ever made it to Aria. At least not in my travels, but there's a couple around here that might be able to assist you. Might be able to point you in the right direction. There's a couple captains I know of. And he kind of, you see his eyes kind of dart around. He goes, none of the ones here, though. And you kind of see his eyes kind of dart back over to the human. Be careful. Be careful who you try to ask for help around here. Honeyed words make the best lures, and before you know it, you're on the line. I know a couple names that might help you. One is Alandra. She's beautiful human female captain. Usually you'll find her in the some of the well, the naughty bits of the city. But trustworthy. There's another one. Auburn hair. Cassandra. I'd say go to the Bloody Mary. And just keep your ears open. You should hear her coming.
Well, if you're going to say it like that, I suppose that's where we start.
Anywhere that Taven has a good eye on is a place that I'm willing to find hires at. Wouldn't mind running it by him before we decide on anything, but it sounds like if we get 2 vouching for them, that's good enough for me.
Elandra is subtle as sin. But good hand. Cassandra, a little less subtle. But you can take her at her word. Those are the 2 best captains I know of.
Well, thank you, cousin. I appreciate the help. You've certainly made our day a lot safer for offering it.
And he just nods.
V will kind of pipe up and just kind of say, this raises questions and planning that needs to be done that I'm not sure we should do in the open, but when we're either back behind closed doors, might have a couple things to discuss. The concept of how we want to arrive where we're going just came into discussion. Might be room to make some plans when we're in a more conspicuous place.
Should we research our options before we decide?
Definitely, but once we get the options, we should, we have some stuff to discuss.
Very well. Basilisk will just...
We should probably ask what he meant by the naughtier bits of the city. Does he mean like the rough bars, or does he mean...
Yeah, he's talking about the rougher areas in the Bilge Way.
Right. Well, actually...
Basically,
okay.
you all know that part of the city as the... dang near anything goes, as long as it's within the strict law system of Sandbar.
Yes.
Okay. I think next stop could be the Mary, just because we know one of the contacts might be there, and also I think that's a safe place to talk.
Understood. Does anybody have any objections?
I think that makes the most sense.
I agree.
Bar crawl, pub crawl. Look at us just on a normal, fun little pub crawl.
This is just a legit bar crawl, and we haven't done one in a while.
It has been.
I haven't done one with y'all at all.
V's like, what is a pub crawl?
Sounds vaguely...
Somebody want to explain that to me?
Yes. Yes, Torin will.
Mean you slumming it with us.
So I'll keep my eyes open for unusual ruffians while they explain the concept of a pub crawl to V on her way to the Mary.
Roll me a perception check while you guys are on your way.
Okay.
I help as well.
Please be good this time.
These be good.
Hey, even my bad rolls are good.
That's
22.
19.
25.
25.
19.
19. What'd you get, George?
6.
6.
I was going to say a 7 jokingly. Now I'm sad.
So what you thinking about?
Oh, I don't know. Probably a pub crawl.
Pub crawl?
Just trying to get to the next bar, yeah.
Yeah, you got your mind on the next bar. Everyone else notices that the rather attractive pirate and her crew are not there. as you guys walk out.
Draco gets a little sad, and I will roll
He's like,
inside a deception for anybody that wants to take a peek. But Draco's a little sad.
Absolutely.
V has linked arms with Torrens now, and you are on your own.
Dirty 20.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Hey, you said it. Go ahead and
You
roll.
said it.
I did. It's fine. What is my deception? You know, when I said it, I thought my deception was a little bit better than this, but
Yeah, well, too late now.
We've all been there.
A 19 on the dot for a 21.
21.
21.
Well, he's tough to read there, Torin. He's tough to read. He's looking for something, but you just can't quite put your finger on it.
Something's up, but don't know what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Torn, you're a knight. Yeah, yay, sir, Torn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much all you guys noticed. That was really the only thing of import, is that the rather attractive pirate captain is no longer there. As you make your way to the Bloody Mary, early evening hours, it is not as busy yet, but it's pretty busy for a bar at 2 or 3 in the evening. You got some people who have you got your day drinkers and the people who have started early.
Do you guys want to go full quiet room in the back, or do you want to just find a table and be subtle?
I'd like to case the place when we come in.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to follow the directions
for the party
and try to get and listen for Cassandra first.
All right.
I was gonna say we should.
What'd
I
you
was
say?
gonna say we should probably sit out in the open if we're trying to find her right away. So yeah. While they do that, though, I guess they get a table. I want to run the names by Taven.
And
Okay.
Draco wants to get shots for the party.
Okay. Draco, mark off. Mark off 3 gold.
It's the second bar of the pub crawl, and you're going straight to shots, my guy.
My man.
It's just one shot.
What the fuck, Draco?
I'm gonna cast Bear's Endurance on myself and Corrales. Because the last thing I need is for him to get drunk and be a problem with his power level, and I refuse to deal with any of this nonsense.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, I'm gonna Bear's Endurance, and that'll be I'll mark off a 3rd level, and I will give that to myself and to Corrales.
Okay.
Just in case.
Sure.
I mean,
you
All
guys.
I'm saying is you might have put it in his mind by doing that. Just saying.
Okay. I'm gonna say you guys can conspicuously place yourselves at kind of in the middle of the bar. V goes up to Taven to ask about the descriptions and the names that you were given.
Torn will go with me.
Okay. I will ask Corrales, Basilisk, and Draco, and I'll roll for Taruk to give you guys a fair shot at this. I will ask for you 3 to roll me perception checks.
I should have just used Owl's Wisdom, but oh well.
That's a 5 on the die, so Taruk doesn't see much. He
16 plus 9 for 25.
25. Draco.
That's 11 on the die plus 12 for a 23.
23. Corrales.
4.
4.
All
I
I
got a
say is
rock.
you have 2 wisdom casters, and then you have a charisma caster next. Like, that tracks.
Yep.
He's had 1 drink and he's already can't focus.
So Corrales, what are you thinking about?
The next bar we're going to.
The next bar, you're sitting here going, have we been to a third one on this island? Is there a third? Of course there is. There's got to be a third one. We just haven't been.
Carlos has been through a lot, and he's just like, you know what? I just want to get drunk.
At a certain point, we're just going to be breaking into people's houses to drink with them.
Not gonna lie, that would be great for a session. Just breaking in random houses.
Okay. I'm with those roles in mind. We'll come back to you guys. V and Torin, you guys go up to Taven, the red and blue scaled dragonborn bartender and owner of the Bloody Mary. And he just kind of looks up at both of you, just kind of nods, and you see that a warm smile from him. So, y'all need anything? Need something to drink?
Yes and yes.
See as he just pulls out a bottle.
Yeah, cover your finest will, please. And also, we wanted to run a few names by you. We're looking for a ride to a very particular place, and we were hoping you could corroborate some names that we were given. And just as hushed as we can, we'll kind of fill him in on the destination, and if he doesn't already know, and the names we were given. Alondra and Cassandra.
You see as he kind of, he kind of furrows his brow and kind of starts thinking. He goes, Arya, not familiar with it. It must be far off in the west. The Empire we may not even deal with them. It's not a place I've been to. However, the names, and you see is
I gotta go mute again. Hold on.
Did anybody else lose Tim?
Yes.
Mike cut out.
He's back.
There we go.
Welcome back.
See a pointed look at the two names mentioned and the descriptions, and he goes, yeah, I know of those two. What's the way to say it? That's fire and ice. It depends on how you want to go about your business. You're looking for Elandra. She's, well, you need to know a couple things. First of all, her first mate's right in the corner. And you see, as he points over to the corner, at this time, you three guys, Draco, Basilisk, and Corrales doesn't. I'm sorry, you didn't notice anything. You're thinking of the next bar. Draco, Basilisk, you two notice the gray furred tabaxi in the corner, sitting by themselves.
That tracks.
With a large, long, more of a cutlass actually, strapped to his back, cigar stuck out of his mouth, back to the wall, not looking at you guys, just back to the wall so he can see the room.
I guess I'll keep an eye out for any suspicious activity.
Sure. Back to you two, Torin and V. Taven, that's her first mate. So if you're looking for her, go talk to him. Cassandra. You see, what you need to know about Cassandra. And at that moment, the doors swing open to the bar, and you see a redhead with a rapier and a short sword on each, one on each hip. Of course I have art. Why wouldn't I?
Oh God, Draco's gonna start drooling.
I was about to say, is this the episode we find out Draco has a thing for pirates?
That's next week.
You see the long leather boots that come up to just under the knee. You see what almost like knee pauldrons that are in the shape of skulls. And with those two blades at her side, with you guys' rolls and your perception checks, you can tell that you see those. You're fairly sure that you caught a dagger near the hip, and you're kind of starting to 1, 2, 3. There's at least 4 blades that you can tell that she's carrying.
Draco whispers to Basilisk, I wonder about the ones that we don't see.
She stumbles through.
Can I
And
insight that to see if that's an act? Because that does not. That's immediately very off-putting for Basilisk.
I'm okay. I'm gonna I actually do have a an idea of what you could equate to in real life. If you ever saw Thor Ragnarok when they introduced Valkyrie, it's kind of that.
Okay.
But yes, roll your insight.
All right. Sorry,
You don't trust it, and I respect that.
Oh, that's a natural 20 for 29.
Hey.
That is a natural 20 for 29. I'm just gonna message you.
That's ominous. I don't like that.
Whispers.
I can't whisper
give-
because we're doing this on Zoom,
We
but
get a
here's the
We get a
whisper.
Text-based whisper. It's been too long.
I will pick a time later to insight her, because I was going to do the same thing, but since Basilisk took care of it, I'm not going to ask you the same thing. I will pick another time in the future that's useful for me to insight her.
This whisper is brought to you by Raise Energy, available at repsports.com.
You know what? While he's doing that, I hunt down medicine.
Yeah, 100%. Draco's just sitting there like, I might have the thing.
Draco is in a mood tonight. I'm not reading.
And you see as this young lady kind of rights herself, and she's starting to tilt off to one side, and before she can catch herself, you see as a pirate behind her kind of gets her by the shoulders and kind of brings her back up. You see a Goliath with a eye patch covering his right eye, with an axe strapped to his back, and you just see, whoop, easy does it. I fucking had it myself. I don't need your fucking help. Get your hands off me.
Oh, I think I have a play here, guys.
Oh, I like
I think
her.
I definitely have a. I think I have a play here.
And you see, which one did we walk into? This is the Mary. This is the Mary, right? Yeah, it's the Mary. This way. Come on, let's sit down. Yeah, that's right. You just see he's almost babysitting her.
Okay, V is gonna look at Taven and Torin, and just kind of look back at Taven, and then Torin, and then back at Taven, and just kind of go, is she a captain that can get done what we would need to get done? Reliable?
Very reliable. If subtlety isn't your thing, though, but that's one of the richest pirates on the island.
So,
I like her.
question then.
You see,
Does
as she
only
kind of
take
tries to
on-
cross her legs and put them up on the table in front of her, and it slides off the first time, and she kind of writes back up. Gosh, who keeps moving the fucking table? Ugh.
All right. All right. So is she the type that only takes high value customers, or is she more of a thrill of the game type?
Taven,
How much-
she's more like anybody's fair game type.
All right. So if we didn't have a lot to pay her with, but we had lofty promises and the promise of adventure, do you think she'd be interested?
Oh yeah. Because then she would talk percentages on whatever you do find. Seen her deal enough with people. That does. The upfront payment isn't necessarily the easiest way to go. The upfront payment might be more important to Elandra, but Alandra will be a little more discreet, as you can see.
All right then. All right then.
Put it on top of your head, and you see she's talking to one of her crew members, and they're trying to put an apple on top of it. It says, 5 gold says I can hit it.
Okay. V would like to do something. It's actually really fucking funny. I'm not attuned to my magic dress, but my room is like right off the bar. So V is gonna look at Torin and just go, if we want to set meetings tonight, and then we can hash out which one we want to go with. Maybe most of the squad takes the tabaxi and I can handle the redhead.
I agree, but I'll
You
go.
see, as she throws a dagger and actually hits the apple and sticks it to the wall just over his head, and you see as the member of her crew kind of looks over.
All right,
Maybe I should go with you just in case she's.
Oh, trust me. How about you stay off?
Not a fan of your stature. That's the status.
Torin. How about I'll take care of it, and if I need help, I'll call you guys in. But I think I have an idea.
Okay.
I'll call for backup if I need backup. I think Basilisk has the, between your newfound status and Basilisk's candor, I think you guys can handle the tabaxi. I think we might need to worry about her being a bit volatile, and I think I can play fire with fire. But if I need help, I'll call.
Okay.
He's gonna give you a pat on the shoulder, and she's gonna dip into her room, put on her pirate, basically V's pirate outfit, what she wore on the islands and whatnot, just like the tall boots, the fucking off the shoulder kind of bit tied up, muss up her hair, put it up a bit, her cape, the fucking Displacer Beast cape she's had on, and just kind of pop back out. And then I'm going to grab a handful of daggers and try to join in on the game, effectively.
Okay. I'm gonna say roll persuasion.
Okay. I'm gonna aim for the target where the dart throwing target is on the walls, and then I'm gonna kind of try to hit the apple too. Just kind of oopsie.
100%.
Is that persuasion?
Yeah. I'll let you RP it out, but just roll persuasion at first.
All right.
What you got, Basilisk?
I was gonna say, can I give her the help action? Is her first mate next to her the Goliath?
Yes.
Okay.
Do I need to wait to roll before you can give me the help? Are you trying to give me guidance or something, or?
No, I was going to give you the help action, but in order to, if I needed to justify it, I had a 5-second play to make in order to give you.
And this is a persuasion roll. I would say, if this isn't metagaming, wait until I fumble and then try to help. Maybe that's a better idea.
I was waiting to see what you were trying to do, Joe.
Okay, well then you make the call. I was going to, if he's right next to her, I will stand. I'll approach him, obviously, and just whisper to him in giant, or speak very softly, just loud enough where he and her can hear, and say, "It's a hell of a show. Your boss is an actress and one hell of a shot. I have to say, I'm impressed."
And you see, he just kind of lazily rolls his head up at you to look at you, and you see she regarding you, Basilisk, because you do command the space. You are an intimidating presence just by stepping up. But I'm
confused.
What you got, B?
Who are we talking to? Joe, are you talking to the redhead and the apple guy, her first mate? The redhead and her first mate? Or are you talking to the tabaxi?
Well, the first mate's sitting next to her. Her first mate is the Goliath. There was
Right.
another member of her crew which she just threw a dagger
Yeah.
and hit an apple off his head.
Okay, and then the Tabaxi is the other one's first mate. I got
Yes.
confused on who Joe was speaking to. So you just
Yeah.
spoke
Cassandra's
to
first mate.
her.
Yeah.
Cassandra's first mate. I was talking to him in a way where she would, especially if she speaks giant, which him being a Goliath.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
assume
was
he
going
does.
for a subtle play, and then the Minotaur just stepped up and started talking. So that's cool. That's cool. I just wanted to understand what was going on because I was doing
Okay.
something
Okay,
else, and
well,
now this is happening, which
I
is
was-
fine.
I was
I
just
was
trying
trying
to
to figure it out.
I was just trying to give you advantage. I was just trying to help.
Okay. No, keep going. I needed cleared up who was talking. I got confused with the mates and the who was going on. I just needed to clear up. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay.
With that, I'm given the circumstances of the situation, I don't think that's going to give her advantage.
Oh well, it was worth a shot.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
sorry. I'm a little bit confused on. It seems. Okay, it's cool. Let me just. I rolled a 24
Okay.
Jesus.
to kind of just like join the game. So effectively, V is just kind of just like throwing her own darts at the dagger and then trying to get the apple too, and just kind of be like, "Oops, sorry, that looks like a great target."
All right. Roll. Give me an attack roll.
That is a 14 plus 7.
And
8, 9, 10, 11. 21? 14 plus 7.
yeah, that hits. Okay, that was the first one where you aimed at the actual target on the wall. You hit dead center. You said now you're going to do another one and try to hit the apple.
Yeah.
All right. Give me another attack roll. I'll just
Okay.
raise it.
Is this at disadvantage for the call or is it just normal?
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was either gonna, in this case, I'm gonna do it at disadvantage. Yeah.
Okay. I'm just being fair. Okie dokie. At disadvantage plus a 7. That's a 16.
16. So you hit dead center on the actual target for the darts. Another one goes off and it hits near the apple. Where the apple is pinned to the thing, but it's kind of like off, like lower to the lower left.
Yeah, V kind of plays off like she's a little bit on the not like playing straight drunk like she is, but V sort of just playing like she's kind of just like blasé about it and goes, "Oops, sorry, didn't mean to aim for that. That would have been bad, wouldn't it?" Trying to kind of get her attention.
I'm gonna have to roll for this because two things have kind of happened here. Somebody not related to this. George, pick odd or even.
Odd.
Okay. Basilisk. You see as Cassandra kind of like is glancing at you, but the idea that somebody just up and hit a bullseye on the dartboard up and then started joining the game, you see as like a little bit of childlike excitement comes over her. So she kind of pops up and stands and then kind of like stumbles to her feet for a second, V, and kind of like rights herself to like as if somebody was watching her and kind of like, oh, I fucking saw that. She kind of looks at you, kind of like notice like tries to take a more commanding presence. Her posture kind of switches.
V sort of goes to the board, kind of slow walks over to the board. You know that thing where you're like making a show of it, but feigning like you're not making a show of it, and kind of collects the daggers out of the wall and just kind of spins one of them around a little bit, kind of like making a circle around the table.
You see as like her eyes kind of cut, like a curt nod, and she looks at you and just kind of motions towards the dartboard.
Oh, I didn't mean to sneak in horning on your game, but if you'd like to join, I'm always down for a good opponent. Gets a
Well,
little
you're
quieter
here now,
in here
aren't you?
sometimes.
Well, you're
Looks
here
like I
now, aren't
am.
you?
Sounds like I am. I'm gonna throw one at the board.
Roll for an attack.
is, gosh almighty, this is really annoying on my phone. 22.
22. The first one hits. Dead center.
I'm gonna kind of like spin one of the daggers on my finger and kind of offer it to her.
She grabs it, and it drops.
It drops. Can I try to do a little like
Kind of sheepishly, kind of spins around. Who's standing near? Basilisk is. So anyway, yeah, no, she bends over, picks the dagger up, kind of takes her time with it, spins it, tries to, and first dagger, I mean, it hits the wall. It's about 2 feet lower than the dart target. You know, have you ever seen like if you ever gone to like an axe throwing bar and you ever seen where the target has been hit multiple times? You ever see one of those rogue notches like 3 or 4 feet away from it? It still hit the target, but it was way off. It's one of those.
I'm gonna kind of be like, all right. He's gonna kind of do that where she's just like, ooh, do you want a lesson? I could give you a little bit of a lesson.
I don't need a lesson.
Oh, you don't need a lesson. Okay, all right. Do you want to go again?
Yes, I'm gonna go again.
Go again. You go again. This is fun. Go again.
Of course I want to go again, you prissy.
See, I'm not prissy. I'm in as bar same as you.
That's
Okay.
That's a 3. So this one, her crew member has to duck this time as it flies wide right. Jeez, Cassie, what were you throwing him? Ah, you survived, didn't it? You. A lot of vulgar language, and some of it trails off under her breath.
Okay, I'm gonna go again. I guess it's my turn, and then I want to insight her now to see if it's a show. Now that she's done the 2, I kind of want to know if she's that drunk or if she's just sort of being strange for some reason. Like, is she that drunk, or is she fainting?
Oh, you're doing that before you throw the third one, or are you throwing the third one?
Yeah,
first?
that before
Okay,
I go.
yeah, roll insight.
16 plus 11, 27.
That beats a 24.
Oh shit!
All right, let me message you now. Another whisper. You can plug whatever you want, Cam. Give me a minute here.
Well, this whisper
Time for the
is brought
plug.
to you by
Time
an
for the
upcoming
plug.
event that the Dice Hard crew will be attending. HNIC Con coming to Philadelphia in June. Myself, Tim, Taruk, and Corellos will all be in attendance, and we'll be hosting our first ever Q&A panel. So please go to hnicon.com. Go check them out. Go get your tickets because it's not too late. And then come see us.
Okay.
Um,
Let's see. Cool.
you got one more.
Okay. So I have one more, and then she has one more?
Yep.
Okay. I am going to basically, before I kind of throw it, I'm just going to kind of tell her, like, I hope you're better at, whatever you do than you are at throwing darts.
Ooh.
Go ahead and throw.
That's the hit. That's an 18.
Okay. Doesn't hit.
Plus-
Oh,
Sorry, that's on the die.
yeah.
It's a +7, so.
Okay, so yeah, that kind of hits right next to the one you did before where it was dead center.
Okay.
So 2 bullseyes. Yes, sorry. So you got and she kind of looks at you almost like a child when insulted. Just indignant. Of course I'm better at my business.
Well, if you hit this one, maybe I'll buy you a drink and you could tell me about it.
Maybe you could buy me a drink and tell me why you felt the need to go in the back and change there, Missy.
Because I was too pretty a second ago.
Looking at you, throws and hits a bullseye in the center.
That's what I thought. She kind of gives her a very sweet smile.
She gives like a smirk.
Drink's still on the table.
Not
If
for
you
long, it's not. Still looking at you, grabs it, downs it.
Well, then maybe we should get me one, then we can talk.
You can talk, that's fine. Tell us. You see her as she just shoos both of them away. You see as the Goliath kind of looks at her, she goes, I said...
Now, are we at her table kind of by the dart area, or like where
Yeah.
are we particularly in the bar?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
He sort of like kind of makes a show of like flaring her cape out and kind of sits down on the bench.
You see as a little bit of the roll has disappeared and there's a cold control over the moment now. And you just see well within view. She's not being aggressive. She's not,
Mhm.
but waiting for you to initiate.
I suppose you can forgive me if I didn't want to be too out of place around these parts. Prefer this side of the city anyways. Don't like looking too much amiss. You know, playing a part, being a certain way. Certain you can understand that. Nice shot.
Thank you.
I don't bite. You can sit down.
Oh, I thought I said she is sitting down. She's
Oh,
just,
I didn't hear you. Sorry.
yeah.
So you said you're better at your business. I believe you. Your business is what your reputation says it is, right?
It would depend on the reputation, now, doesn't it? What have you
I
heard?
feel not a lot, but enough to know that maybe you're the type that would want to take on an adventure or two. Something interesting. Something fun.
Fun's all well and good. Depends on what it pays.
It's rewarding enough. Otherwise, we wouldn't be talking. Might be a future reward, but I'm sure you're not someone who doesn't mind sowing an investment or two.
Roll persuasion.
Ooh, 11, 22.
22.
Yep.
You see as one of her crew members comes by and drops off drinks for both of you. She
Kinda
just
nods her
kind
head.
of nods and once again kind of shoos them off. Well, we're talking. Or more like you're talking. So talk.
We need to get somewhere specific. Somewhere sounds a little off the edges of the map, somewhere far west. We're not quite sure how we want to do it, so we're exploring our options, asking around. You seem like you have a particular brand about you, and we might find that useful. And if we're lucky and skilled, although we're much more skilled than we are lucky, could be a big payday. But not just money, if you're interested in anything other than that.
What are you after?
We're just trying to get to a place far to the west, named Aria.
Heard of it.
That bodes well for us.
What gold goes in and out of that place?
Sure does.
Usually those merchant ships are carrying a tidy sum.
And you'd be interested in maybe a few side jobs on the way, is what I'm gathering. I take it with you, we're not expecting a quiet voyage.
Quiet voyages are boring.
Well, we can always make them more fun.
Who are we, exactly?
Just some friends being hired for something. What we need is a transport. And like I said, we're not sure exactly on how we want to get where we're going, but it sounds like if you're a good option for us to go with, might be one we like to have on the table. We're just gauging your interest.
Gauging my interest on a job of getting you to a foreign kingdom.
Yep. With the promise of a decent payout and maybe something else that goes with that. Maybe very important people in the future are interested in your activities, or not interested if you need them to turn a blind eye. There are many lucrative endings for this for you, other than just the money.
I'm gonna say this is gonna probably roll like a elongated skill check. So
Okay.
I'm gonna say roll persuasion.
Ooh, not good. 14.
14.
That's not good.
You do notice as the demeanor changes a little. You're saying a lot of things, but you're not saying anything important. You're saying that you want a dry blue milk run. Pick up and put you down over in some kingdom.
Oh, and preferably bring back, yes.
Right. Why? What's
Like
your
we said,
interest?
My
You'll
interest
be
is
sticking
that
your
we...
neck out for me and my crew. Going to be sticking our neck outs for you. I want to know why.
Would you really know? And exactly why is that sticking your necks out, picking us up and putting us down? Doesn't seem like difficult work.
When you've been around doing what I do, you make yourself a few enemies. So any time that you leave the sanctity and the safety of Sandbar, there's risk involved. So I'm going to ask you again, because you're dodging the question. Why are you going? What's in it for me?
We're going because we have a job to do by some very potentially powerful people. People we want to make powerful. And if we do that, then we get a fair amount more than gold once they're in power.
This have something to do with the pretty half-elf princeling.
Could have to do with that. It could also have to do with those moving against him. There are many sides of this story. But
I want to
there's
know
payout
what
for you
side
in the
I'd
end.
be on and possibly dying for.
Would you be willing to, if you knew? So there's a side that you'd be willing to play on to die for. That's an odd question you just asked.
Not really. Not
Can I
really.
insight her?
Sure.
Kind of. She literally just she just admitted that there might be a side of this that she'd be willing to die for. So I'm kind of interested in if she has any interest further than that.
That's what you read into it. Sure.
Damn it. Well, it's a 16.
Yeah. No, she's slippery.
Okay. Alrighty.
You
Her
see,
last question
she's kind of looking you up and down, and she's assessing. I believe that you have some authority behind what you're talking about, but you're being evasive. I know, because I do it.
Would you take me half seriously if I wasn't being evasive?
I'm not taking you seriously at all until you give me a reason to.
Aw, that hurts. Suppose I just want to know. Because quite frankly, dear, and I hate to sound rude, we're still exploring options, but...
Hey, look, that's the first thing you've told me that I actually believe.
True. We're exploring our options, and I suppose we just want to know if there would be any interest, because I'll be completely honest with you, I'm not willing to put a lot of important information down on the table unless we're really sure we want this to go somewhere. So I suppose I'm just scouting, you could say. And I'd be more than happy to divulge more information when the time comes, if you're interested.
Well, then we'll put it and leave it here. Till you're more serious about giving more details. I'm interested. But I won't risk my neck or any of my men behind half-truths and maybes.
Then consider this a successful first meeting, and you've been an absolute delight. If we choose to go further, is there a place you'd like us to find you?
I just keep your ears to the ground. And you see she kind of motions for the Goliath to come back, and he immediately takes up his seat right next to her. Not aggressive, but immediately sits right back on her right side. She goes, I'll be around. You don't see me. Talk to the big lad here. He can always find me.
V gives him like a very polite bow of the head.
He just kind of stoically looks at you and just nods.
Gives a smile, gives a little bow. She's going to get up and go to the bar. And then can I try to shoot Basilisk a look on my way there? Then kind of just like kind of subtly tap my head on my way past Basilisk.
Well within your earshot of both of you. Fucking Taurus. Now
we kind of go to the bar, kind of tap at Basilisk, and then go sit at the bar.
Okay. Basilisk, is there anything there that y'all want to talk before I go to the other group?
Not that I know of. I wasn't part of any interaction, so I have no information to give.
I'm sorry. I could roll for it if I was being subtle. I was trying to say like message me, but
I'm willing to say that you were there, but you just kind of overheard. You didn't really. You kind of let V did her thing.
No, I mean, I have nothing to add. So
okay,
that's fine.
I have no information. I have no information that she doesn't have.
Yeah,
I'll put it that way. So.
Yeah, easy enough.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fine. Because the bar.
Okay. You three. You clock the Greyford Tabaxi in the corner. Just kind of sitting and drinking by himself. Not looking at you, he's just drowning a bottle.
So we did clock that whole interaction, or was that like on the side of the bar that we're not paying attention to? Like not like overheard, but we did see like the commotion.
It's not super crowded, but it was at a different place at the bar, so I'll let the three of you roll perception to see if you picked up on any of it.
Oh shit, that's a nat 20. A total of 32.
Jesus Christ.
George?
Because of course it is.
Can I get some of that? I got a 7.
7. No, my guy.
Jesus,
No.
struggling, my man.
For
Soren.
real.
Torin was at the bar watching.
Okay, so yeah, you didn't catch any of it.
Yeah.
Draco, you got every word. You caught. you eavesdropped on most of that conversation.
Here, I'll roll perception to see how much of it I heard, compared because he was watching it, but I don't know how much he heard of it. So
That tracks.
16.
You caught the important beats. You caught the important beats. Yeah, you know that it didn't go poorly.
Right.
It just, she seemed that there was a turn in the conversation where Cassandra got guarded.
Right.
And felt like not all information was really being put out there, and she got really hesitant and didn't trust the source.
Right. Can pick up that. Well, with that, noticing that conversation, Torn will order. Hold on, gotta do math. 6 drinks, and he'll carry them over to the table.
Okay.
And plop one in front of everyone sitting at the table. Drink his shot that Draco ordered 10 minutes ago that he never got.
Yeah.
At that point, right as Torrance coming up, Draco just got finished leaning towards Corralo, saying, I think I have a thing for pirates. I don't know what it is, but yeah, it's I don't know. Maybe if the mountains don't work out, maybe a pirate town could be a nice home.
She's gonna she's gonna hear you, and she's gonna come busting in here in one of your maelstorms, and no, man, it's not worth it.
Yeah, you might be right, but so I'll tell him the gist of what happened with that interaction between the two, and as Corrales walks up, I'll lean my head towards the tabaxi and say, how do we want to handle this? Want to wait for being Basilisk?
Well,
I guess Basilisk.
Torn will point at the 2 non-claimed drinks. Well, that one's for Basilisk, and that one's for our new friend.
I mean, I'm just saying, between the 3 of us, we are not the...
No, we're not the smooth talking politicians, but I don't know if that's what's needed in this situation.
I don't...
By the way, there you go.
I guess I'll give the unanswered shot to Torn. Tap him on the shoulder and give him guidance and tell him, have at it, buddy.
Wait, don't you guys have Basilisk with you?
I mean, at that point, I would have come back and sat down, I guess.
If Basilisk is
Basilisk is good with the talkies, so.
Oh no, well yeah. Then if Basilisk is coming, then Draco's going to
give it to Torn. Torn's got this. I believe in him.
Don't be like that.
Draco is going to pat Torn on the shoulder.
Don't be all trusting like that.
And give him the unanswered shot that V left. And
don't you believe in him?
Good luck. You got this. And then he says, "Sir Torn,
thank you.
This is your time. This is your moment.
Thank you, Draco.
Don't fuck it up."
Joy.
With that, Torn will take the the unanswered shot and the unclaimed ale over to the tabaxi.
Okay. I'm going to say, because I did persuasion for V because of kind of what she was doing.
Mm-hmm.
For this, Torin, I'm gonna make this a charisma check.
Okay.
You have guidance, so that's a
straight
D4
charisma,
whenever
no.
you need to.
D20 plus your charisma modifier.
No kind of fun proficiency.
Not a saving throw,
Right,
just a
right.
charisma check.
Got it. And then, of course, guidance.
And guidance.
That's a nat 20.
Oh,
So
You don't
Told
need
you.
guidance.
I will hang on.
Told
to
you.
that. I will keep that guidance in my back pocket. For a total of 22.
what's the wording on guidance? Does it have to be used on the next roll?
No, you're thinking of the advantage.
It has to be used on a roll in the next minute.
Minute.
So
Got you.
So
Okay.
I'm holding concentration on guidance.
Okay. Good to know. So what do you do, Torin?
So he'll walk up to the backseat, drinks in hand. I hope I'm not bothering you. Offer you a drink? Well, seeing the shot in his hand with the ale. 2 drinks?
You see as he kind of looks up at you, finishes that immediately. Yeah, I needed another one anyway.
Great start.
He kind of motions at the seat in front of him.
Yeah, thank you.
Immediately, it's another shot, right?
Yeah. Well, it's a shot and an ale.
Okay, he downs the shot immediately. So there's 2, and he starts on the ale. Like 3 or 4 huge gulps out of it.
Glug, glug. Now that's a skill I can respect.
Ah, yeah. Oh man, needed that. Okay, what do you want?
Well, I'm gonna be real upfront with you. I'm looking for passage, and I was told that you and your crew were highly recommended.
By who?
An old white furbolg named Kroon.
All right, I'll have to slip him some gold next time I see him. I appreciate it. Forward. All right, so passengers, where are you going?
The player forgets the name of the
Aria?
Aria.
Aria.
That's what I thought it was. I just didn't want to misspeak. Far off place called Aria.
Aria.
If you look at a map,
let's-
you trace your finger to the edge of it, then keep going. That's where you'll find it.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you as, yeah, Western Kingdom. That's definitely out there.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, we're headed there on business. Hoping to talk to some I don't know if the word powerful is the right word, but some high up folks for some help.
All right, so you got connections on a.
We're hoping
kingdom.
to make connections.
All right, you're hoping to make connections on a cursed kingdom that nobody ever goes to. Fun.
Yeah.
Why?
Favor to a friend.
All right. So you don't want to tell me. How many?
What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6.
All right. 6 passengers. You don't want any questions asked.
Preferably not.
Well, that's good for me, but Elandra's going to want to know more. Rate for the 6 of you. I assume you don't want any unnecessary stops?
Preferably.
You're also gonna have to agree to the route prescribed, shall we say. Alandra, she has her own business out there.
Well,
either you agree to that or you don't agree to go. That comes with it. We don't run transportation, so it won't be point A to point B.
that's fair. I've dealt with sailing and being on ships before, so I'm not here to interfere in your business. I just need dropped off to mine. And preferably, hopefully, brought back.
Oh, that's extra.
I figured as much.
Roll. Let's do a second. This is going to be persuasion,
All right.
Torin.
Another persuasion.
Let's see how this side of the conversation goes.
That's a 9.
Did you roll with guidance?
Yes, I did.
See if you up there.
Well, that does happen. You see.
Well, before you finish that, he's close like this. They're still like close to our table and everything, right?
No, he walked away to the corner of the bar.
In the corner.
Oh, okay, so they're not within sight. Okay, never mind.
Yeah. You note the progress that you'd made at the beginning of the conversation is it's turned a little.
Right.
And he kind of favor to a friend in a cursed kingdom. You and 5 others.
Yes.
So, who's the favor for? Sorry, curiosity is getting the best of me, and you can either answer me or you can answer the same question when you talk to Alandra. Either way, she's gonna pretty much demand to know why she should stick her neck out beyond just the pay.
Of course. With no disrespect meant to you, I think I would rather tell her in person, because I'm not sure how much information, because I'm just, we'll call it a spokesman. I'm not sure how much information I'm allowed to just throw out in the open.
You see as he kind of looks you up and down. You look capable enough. What about the 5 going with you?
And he's gonna look over and point at Basilis and Taruk. Well, that's 2 of them.
Okay.
So, I would say very capable.
You just got a long exhale of smoke from the cigar he was smoking. All right. Make one more persuasion roll.
I want to get the help action because please.
Because reasons?
Because please.
You got a success
Please.
and you got a failure. It's kind of where V was at in hers, so it was kind of.
I was gonna say, could if I had noticed him looking over at us, could I just like flex behind? No, I'm kidding.
Can I flex?
Okay. Give me a perception, Basilisk. Give me a perception.
Okay. This is literally. It was more for just shiggles, but okay. I mean,
No, that'll work.
I will
That'll
absolutely
work,
let you
though.
do
Come
stuff.
on.
No.
all right,
That
perception.
works.
Yeah, perception.
Come on.
I want to see if you.
It's only a 19 plus 9 for 28.
Okay.
Only.
Okay. Now,
Mm-hmm.
roll me intimidation.
Deep breaths. 12.
Aw.
Now I can see Basilisk, right?
Okay.
I can see
Okay.
Basilisk, right?
I feel like that would be on Taruk, so.
You are near him.
Can I use a reaction to roll a d6 and add it to his intimidation check?
Yeah, I'll allow that. Yeah.
That's fair. They're in the back playing.
Haven't done
playing
that
all the
today.
remote.
My cosmic omen.
Your cosmic omen. Yeah. Do it.
That's a 5 on the die.
5 makes it
Beautiful.
17.
A grand total of 17. It's a grand total of 17 because my charisma's not great.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an option here, Torin.
Okay.
I'll give you advantage on the roll,
Mm-hmm.
or I'll give you a die to add to the roll.
What's the die?
I didn't say, now did I?
That's not fair though, because it's giving him a call without all the information, without enough.
Correct.
No, that's not fair though. We worked so hard.
You're getting a bonus to the roll.
I would definitely. I'd go with the second one. That's my vote. I would go with the
What
second
was it?
one because
What did he roll, a
Go
12?
with the addition.
The addition.
roll?
Yep.
Okay. What whatever you rolled,
Mm-hmm.
add a d10.
Okay.
Did you roll a 1?
I rolled a 10.
You rolled a 1.
Rolled a
Oh,
10.
Thank God. I was gonna say I'll never play this game again if you rolled a 1.
That's a 21.
Nice. And that's how you D&D.
V is so proud of Torrid right now.
There's a moment where the flexing from Basilisk looks like he's got like an aneurysm or something, but it's a passing moment,
Mm-hmm.
and immediately he gets like into character, and a minotaur flexing, kind of putting an imposing presence out there. It really adds to it and adds to the aura of capability, shall we say. And it really, you see as this Tabaxi's kind of trying to evaluate how much babysitting that him and his crew would have to do. And kind of looks at you, which you are a muscular dragonborn,
Right.
with Basilisk, and then just looking at Taruk and looking at you all as a group. Most of you look like you can handle yourself. So he sees, okay, this may not be terrible, even if they're not giving me all the details. And you see as he kind of nods, he goes, all right, I can get you a meeting with Elandra. You're going to have to be a little more willing to go into details
That's understandable.
with her.
Of
But
course.
the option's open if you want to pursue.
Well, I would love a meeting with your boss.
All right. Are you going to be here?
Trying to remember, where's the party staying at? Or at the
We're
King
staying at the King Sheets. But I mean, you could have
King
called
Sheets,
here,
I think.
like, you could ask him to come here during the day,
Yeah.
which it's like a
So,
ghost town during the day.
We can meet here easily. What time?
Midday.
Midday tomorrow. Same place. I can do that.
Fair enough.
And
Thanks for the drink.
hope you enjoy it. Torn will leave him to his now empty glass.
He's so proud of Torin.
And Torin will join the group up at the table.
So, you've made your 2 contacts. Neither one went horribly.
So, do we want to hang out till it clears out and then go to the back room, or do we want to go to the King Sheets?
I mean, the sooner
V's
we can
watching
discuss
the
everything,
party.
the better.
Okay, V's watching the party to see what they do. So I mean, still just kind of smile at Taven at back at the bar, just kind of go like, "Wow, my idiots did it."
Okay, so where are we going?
Guys, what do you want to do?
My vote would be going to the back room, discussing everything, so we have a plan moving forward.
I
Okay.
agree with that.
All right. With that, the party will move back to the back room for a little bit of privacy, and you guys can maybe weigh your options and decide amongst yourselves where you guys might be leaning. With that, I think it's a good place to take a break.
Alrighty. Well, we're going, like Tim said, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Alrighty, ladies and
Wait,
gentlemen,
turn himself
we
into a
are
pickle.
back. And I have no idea what Joe just said. But we're back.
Yeah, moving on.
Once again, thank you for joining us. Tim, the floor is yours.
All right. The party has adjourned to the back room in the Bloody Mary to kind of talk amongst themselves and kind of figure out where you guys are leaning of your options here. And we will go ahead and bump forward to that time. So you're in that back room at the back of the Bloody Mary. Doors closed, locked. You have privacy. No one eavesdropping. What do you guys want to talk through?
So Torrin will start, and he will basically explain everything that was said between him and the Tabaxi about the meeting the next day. Kind of just give everyone the download on what was said.
Okay.
Well, it was nice.
Torrin lays out the whole conversation as you guys saw it.
Yeah, and V sort of explains her deal with the captain and just sort of like gives her 2 cents on her kind of personality wise. Volatile, smarter than she acts, definitely more capable than she acts. Don't trust her one bit, but can't say I'm going to trust anybody we hire, so that's not really a meaning or a factor here. But I think she has more to it than just what's on the surface. She kind of at least implied to me that who we're working for matters for who she's going to stick her neck out for. So, sure, it's all about the gold, but there might be more than just the gold with her. And we could use the big distraction, honestly, or we could use the big flare when we get there because we don't really do subtle. Maybe make that work to our advantage this time.
Yeah, Tabaxi seemed more interested on what's the job, how much does it pay, that's going to be extra. And I tried not to spill my guts on every single thing that we're involved with, because I don't know how public this whole Council of Brine thing is. Nor did I check his right palm. Damn it, Corrallos. I should have checked his right palm.
You didn't check anybody's right palm.
I'm just gonna start taking hands off.
When you have meetings?
Is
Because see, I was
cultist-
proud of you for a moment, and then you said that.
You seem to be really stuck on this right hand thing. I'm assuming it's a cultist thing.
It's a cultist thing.
Oh, yes. Unless
Right.
you're, Philomena or any of their super secret high-ranking members, but it's probably a good practice to get in eventually. At least for the underlings.
Did you ever inspect
So-
me right hand?
Do what?
I mean,
In real life, yes, constantly.
Wait, what was the question? I didn't hear.
I simply asked the party if you'd ever inspected Mina's right hand.
I worked with the woman for almost a decade.
A lot of people saw her right hand in very important places.
Hey!
Would know.
I mean,
So we
she was
still
enamored
wanted
by the
to,
time.
So anyway,
She did have a glamour.
He could have.
so-
but that just kind of goes to show that,
damn
while
it,
it's super
Corrales, why didn't
handy-
you check her right hand?
She disguised her whole self, Torrid.
Yeah, I
No,
was
she
gonna
did
say
just the one hand.
right?
she disguised everything except for the hand that she always wore a glove on because she was a thinker.
Dun 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 dun. Anyway, Basilisk will look at Torrin very flatly. Are you worried that perhaps there are cultists here?
They could be anywhere.
Yeah, like V said, they could be anywhere. I don't think every single person is a cultist, but she's probably getting a better habit of checking.
Basilisk will, resignedly pull out a satchel, go through it, pull out a small pinch of bloodhound fur,
Mm-hmm.
and just very flatly looking at Thorin. I need you to understand something.
Yes.
This level of magic can bring back the dead. Because you can't be bothered to look at people's hands. But, in your defense, gloves are really nice. So,
And
I'm gonna cast
glamour.
locate creature, and I'm just gonna point at me. I'm gonna cast locate. No, she's right. I'm gonna cast locate creature. I'm gonna look for cultists.
Cast divination.
One moment.
You get a ping.
Locate creature. Not person.
No, it's creature. Now, if you show me a jellyfish that's part of a cult, we have a very different problem that we need to address right now. Right now.
There's a cult
Driver
of
name,
sharks
name a
off the East
creature
Coast.
That is familiar to you. You sense the
Chimpanzee cult?
Okay. Alright, or the nearest creature of a specific kind. Such as okay. Cultist. Okay, sure.
I'm so worried Corrales is gonna ping so fucking hard. The cult of one is still a cult, my dude.
You kind of beat me to the punch there. You sense a strong cultist aura coming right in the room that you're in.
Oh my god.
From-
Me is like, if it's me, just fucking kill me.
Where? Which one? Where?
It's Corrales. It wasn't even what I had planned, but this is amazing.
Is there a visual component to this? Is there a visual component to this?
You locate a specific creature known to you, such as a human or you, so long as you have seen such up close within 30 feet at least of the creature you described is named as a different form, such as being that effect. Can't locate it for anyone. No, it's you get a large,
So it's just in Basil's head.
It's an aura coming right from Corrales.
Just a golden, a little like breadcrumb trail, like Fable to.
The Fable trail, right to him.
Via watching
Other than
Basil,
him-
she's just like, who? And if it's me, just kill me.
It's okay. Deal also Corrales. Technically, you're a cultist. I don't know if you knew. I'm sorry if I'm breaking bad news, but
Cat's out the bag.
but I think you deserve to know.
Just kind
In
of
your
turn
head,
Corrales?
Corrales, you hear Merzagod go, I feel like cultist is kind of a strong word.
He just sort of like clasps her hands, turns to Corrales, sits down next to him, just goes, Corrales, dear, do you need to tell us something?
Kraus, any tattoos that you didn't share with the class?
Not that I'm
You-
aware of.
See the one on my leg, right?
I mean, yeah.
It's still there, by the way.
You remember when Vereen found that black stone?
Yep.
That's the connection.
Oh, so it's still to Therzadune.
Yeah, you don't just leave. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave.
Done for the night. That's
have
it.
a
Good session.
I have a very.
You didn't put in your
important
2-week notice.
You're still getting a paycheck.
I have a very important question.
Mm-hmm.
All right, if that mark is what is marking it, like he is not willingly a cultist. He is just marked as a cultist via this tattoo. Is that Is that the case?
Is Joe asking me?
Well, Basilisk, it would be intelligent enough to know if Corrallus is not actively worshipping something as a cultist, but is still pinging as a cultist, meaning that he is somehow marked as being part of a cult. If that's the case, then there might be a magical effect that marks him as part of this cult. And since the idea of someone being marked specifically against their will or being made to be something that they don't want to be rubs him the wrong way, if Corrallus gives off the impression that he's not a cultist, he's just a mildly irresponsible main character, then
That's the one.
Basilisk is going to want to address that.
So then I suppose I have a question for Corrallus.
Okay.
Did you, if you haven't been able to leave the service, I suppose, of this entity, is there still an active deal going on? Did you agree to do something that they held up their end and you haven't held up your end, which is why you're still sort of stuck there? Or how does this work exactly?
Yeah, I guess none of us have actually asked you, like, the fine print.
What exactly did you agree to? Because unfortunately your business is your business, but it's sort of important for us to know now.
I mean,
What
I
did you
didn't
agree to?
agree to anything specifically. I just wanted to be more powerful at a time in my life, and he answered.
Okay.
I didn't know at the time who he was, so I'm not a practicing cultist, Basilisk. I'm not a cultist. I think I just pinged because he's who he is.
Could that mean that he might still be fulfilling something unknowingly? Like maybe something you're still doing is still serving Therzadun in some way? And
I'm
you're
more
just not.
worried that he's marked, somehow bound to his patron, as one is indelibly marked if you were to sell your soul or to
Well, that sounds like the
embrace certain
situation.
faiths.
Isn't that the case, though? Because isn't that why you needed the shroud? You needed Merzagog's shroud because that's what kept your patron away from you?
He hides me.
So there's an effect. You are marked and can be seen by your former patron,
When
But
I'm
not
not
when he's wearing
shroud.
the shroud.
which means that it's a constant effect that can only be canceled out by something powerful or magical.
The question is...
First thing I want is Corrallus. I'm going to say this is going to be an insight roll for you. Self-insight.
Calm,
Can I give him the help action
please.
somehow? I mean...
What
Literally,
you do,
like-
V?
Okay, so V is basically like helping. Okay, I think V doesn't know jack squat about the arcane, but she knows Corrallus. And at this point, she's been little brothering him hard for a long time, and she knows like what he wants out of his magic. She might not know his whole story, but like just kind of helping him explore himself a little bit. Like, we know who you are. You're not this rash. You're not this unpredictable. You might have been desperate, but you're smarter than this, and you have to know something about yourself or what's going on. You are in control of you, and you are powerful and strong enough. You are one of the most capable of us. And effectively just give him that like insight on himself, because like with her fucking plus 12 to insight, I feel like V would be able to kind of help him navigate himself to figure out more about himself.
Guided meditation.
I will allow it. Go ahead and
Yeah,
roll.
she kind of like takes his
Yeah,
shoulders and gives him a
Corrallus.
little bit of a squeeze and just kind of reassuringly tells him who he is and what we know about him, and he's one of the best of us even if he's made mistakes.
Yeah, go ahead and roll with advantage.
Search your heart, Corrallus.
I'm
I'm sure you'll find what you need.
I'm gonna go ahead and burn another cosmic omen and add a d6 to what he rolls.
Okay.
My first roll was a 9, y'all.
Oh
That's
no.
why we're helping. Oh god.
Oh, is it worse?
No, it's just 11
Ugh.
Plus the
Add-
cosmic
added-
omen.
plus the 6, right? Do I
Plus
roll
6?
that or do you?
No, I'll roll it. You say you
Come
got
on,
11
Draco.
Yeah, I got an 11. Do I have a
Well,
12 now?
total. You got a 17.
Oh,
Nice.
that's better.
Nice.
That's
That
better.
goes up to 17.
That's better.
Okay. You. Oh, you got something, Basilisk? Sorry.
No, I would have had it done
Warren?
earlier. I would have had it done earlier. There's nothing I can do ex post. So
Okay, 17 is not bad. You certainly have more to go on than you did a moment ago. Excuse me, Corrales. You did, in fact, make a deal that was open-ended in that you were simply after more power. That was it.
Yeah.
The trick with a pact off something as vague as that is that, you know, some warlock pacts there's an end road, right? You wanted youth in exchange for this. You wanted someone's health to be restored to them for this deal made. Yours is there's no finish line to your pact.
Right.
You understand what I'm telling you?
Yeah.
Your pact can never be fulfilled until you're dead.
Again.
I mean, technically.
I say, technically, didn't he die already?
do you share that information with us?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So you only asked for power.
which can be a lifelong pursuit, which pretty much means that pact doesn't have an expiration date.
Now, wouldn't that also mean that even if he made a pact with something else to give him power, that's still fulfilling the first pact?
It's why he was allowed to have multiple patrons.
Yeah, you really wrote a blank check there, Corrales.
Because under the terms of the first pact, taking on another patron wouldn't violate it. It's accumulating more power.
Yep.
It's the only reason that your essence hasn't been torn to pieces by multiple entities.
He's going to kind of look at Basilisk and he's sort of the authority, or seems to be the one who knows most about the kind of just verification on that. She's sort of like, wait, can most people not do multiple pacts with different entities? Would that destroy the person?
I would say roll religion, but I feel like that with what we're talking about here, this is that's not a common practice. You guys think you've dealt with cults long enough, and you know of like warlock pacts long enough, and like you've met Ramsey, and Ramsey is definitely, his pact is a little different, and it's similar to Corralos's because his is open-ended as well. He can't take other patrons because his pact is
Specific.
very specific, and it has to, yeah.
I have a very important question then.
Yes.
Does Basilisk know of any warlocks of his grandmother or his mother? Does he know that they have ever granted anyone warlock powers?
History check.
Okay.
Can I got him? Tap him on the shoulder and have a little glow.
Yeah. Go ahead and take your guidance.
Or would it be better
Okay.
than getting a help back? Would I be able to help in that situation?
No,
No, guidance.
you would know nothing of his people.
Well, here's fucking. You know what? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna wait till later. I'm just gonna shot in the dark. It's a 6 plus a D4. Roll 1D4. That is a 2, so that is a grand total of 8.
You know that they have existed before. You don't know of any, and you wouldn't know the details of those
That's
packs.
all I needed.
It's very, and I don't feel like that's, you know, very basic knowledge. You know they probably existed.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you a very big ask. And I'm going to ask knowing that you're probably, that you might say no. Basilisk being a diplomat and somebody who deals with treaties and who deals with negotiations and deals with conversations like this. Identifying the loophole of an open-ended contract. An open-ended contract which is negotiated in good faith with no end clause. Any contract negotiated in perpetuity has a fundamental flaw if there is an end to that perpetuity that can be established. If Corrales makes a pact with a deity or a patron, and the pact that he makes is specifically that he would do whatever a specific task was in exchange for that patron hiding any power that he gains in the future to create a null point where his current contract can never end, even if he dies, because there's no, I want to put it in a very simple term. If he makes a deal to do some other open-ended thing in exchange for potentially either hiding or disrupting his initial contract, because his current contract does not say he cannot negotiate other contracts, and because only in very specific cases do pre-existing contracts hold sway over contracts that are renegotiated, since this one has never stated that there was any end, it was in perpetuity, then the idea is that Corrales in 500 million years might be a very powerful spirit. But until such a time, he's completely safe from getting his chips called in. And that in exchange
not
for
immune from death.
I'm not saying death. I'm saying immune from his soul being put up on the chopping block and torn into pieces. Just by having an additional patron whose only ask is that in exchange for doing something for them that is open-ended and ostensibly better, but something that they have to decide, that there's something where they get to decide the end cap of.
The trick with this is that you weren't there for the deal, and
Yeah, I have no idea what his initial
you don't know with who, or have you made it clear who you made your first deal with everyone?
But even so, I
Yes.
think Vereen kind of made it clear for us.
You
Yes,
have? Okay.
Because of Vereen, yeah.
Okay, so because of Vereen, you have made it clear that everybody knows that his first pact was with Therzadun. Okay.
But even then, I just feel like, never mind.
having two contracts in perpetuity mean that neither one can ever be called in. And if one of those contracts
Right.
is negotiated in perpetuity in a thing that is good or that benefits that entity, so in my opinion,
The trick is he's caught in a loop, shall you say, with that contract.
Yeah.
He's made a contract that is like you said, in perpetuity, and there's no end game. There is no finish line to it because
yes,
he can spend the rest of his existence pursuing power and getting more powerful.
Yes.
The cycle is with now Shroud, which can consistently shield him from the eyes of his original patron.
And
So
what I'm
now
saying
it's
is
very important that he is never parted from Shroud, and that his number can be called whenever.
I'm just saying is if he has another existing contract that is in perpetuity with a bookie that is never going to call it in because he's too useful, then the original one can never be called in because he is still
okay. You're looking for a
You're
second. You're trying to get in this case, it would be a tertiary contract.
He's trying to pit another entity against Therzadune.
Against
Therzadune will basically leave Corrales' soul alone, or can't use Corrales' soul.
It's an interesting idea.
Might also be.
I mean, like I said, if this is like some wonky left field shit, we can just.
No, it is.
It's fine.
It is, but I like wonky left field shit.
I'm trying to think, for me personally, I'm trying to
just
think of what would
loving
be
the
less
fact that
dangerous.
Corrales, after 11 levels, is finally getting some kind of lawyer when it comes to dealing with his damn patrons.
My client was a minor when he signed that contract. It's invalid.
He was
There it is.
He's a minor. He's a minor.
Objection.
And we don't know you.
Objection.
Strikes again.
Now, here's the problem.
I'm more powerful than you.
My problem with this.
But yeah, sadly, that's kind of how packs work. But yeah.
My problem with
guys
this plan
hear
is that we have to
me?
find someone obscenely powerful, probably terrifying, who would be willing to just kind of safeguard Corrales' soul out of the goodness of their heart.
Yeah.
Or somebody that would die anyway before Therzadune won, so it's a moot point. At that point, they're just a thorn in his side.
The trick here is that, and especially with some of the, I'd say, in your case, Basilisk, visions, recent conversations that you've had, you know that the cosmic balance is about to be a little unstable. So there's a possibility that things were to shake out where maybe one or both of Corrales' packs became void anyway.
Okay.
What you're looking at could be doable. I'm going to now, one last, because I know George needs to go here in a moment. We're not going to get to what I had planned, George. But I'm going to let everybody here. I'm going to make this a religion roll. Okay. Religion or Arcana. And let me know which one you did.
Can we do magic about it first, or is this the in the moment roll?
This is in the moment.
Okay. Again, religion being an intel stat.
Who you telling?
$23.
15.
23, 15.
9.
Ain't gonna do it. 9 ain't gonna do it. George?
23 on Arcana.
23. And Liv, you weren't gonna try?
Olive? Oh, there you are.
If George is going Arcana, I can go religion, and that'll be a 19.
Okay.
No, V wouldn't know shit.
Okay.
These are not her stats. Nothing shy of a nat 20 would work.
Who went Arcana? Corrales. There may be another way to break your pact. Draco. What Basilisk is saying makes sense. There could be a way, if you were to carefully broker a deal to where maybe you could work it to where two separate packs are working in tandem, and it could be a loop to where one couldn't to where
Gotcha.
neither entity to which he would be contracted to could cash in his chips, and he could be in a loop until he expires by natural means. The question would then be after death how things would work out.
Yeah, he's 17. He's got time.
That's issues that we don't.
Yeah, it's in the
George, or excuse me, Corrales, there's another way to break the first pact that would absolutely it would take a large amount of arcane energy and power, but the party has within its means to break. But you don't know that, but you do know that the wish spell would break that first pact.
Oh shit! You know what's so funny? Krells needs to go, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I shit you not, and I want you to understand that this was not metagaming. I was literally gonna have Corrales identify the sword for me the second we got back to our hotel room.
I'm not metagaming. I'm saying that you are proficient enough in arcane, you rolled high enough that you do know of the wish spell. You do know that it is powerful enough to break that pact.
V was absolutely gonna have him identify her sword.
So, that comes across your mind at the end of this conversation, and it kind of lingers for a moment. And that's where we're gonna leave off for this episode of Die Hard with a Vengeance.
That is so freaking funny.
Huh. That is an interesting spot to end on. I'll give you that.
It's a different type of
It's
cliffhanger.
different. It's different. I like it.
It's something for you to think about.
It is.
Yes.
It really is. But as always, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. We greatly appreciate the support, and we're sorry it took so long. Life sucks sometimes, and we don't always get to play D&D on a Saturday, but I'm so glad that we're back. I'm so glad that we're finally playing again. I've missed all you players, so thank you everyone for watching, for listening. As always, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, tap the little bell on your YouTube app so you'd never miss the uploads. Buy the shirts at prowrestlingtees.com, and go get your tickets to 8. With that, we love all of you.